Hearing I ask from the holy races, from Heimdall's sons both high and low. Thou wilt, our Father, the dweller, relate old tales I remember of days long ago. I remember yet the giants of York, who gave me bread in the days gone by. 9 worlds I knew, that 9 in the tree, with mighty roots beneath the mould.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you. 15 minutes, or almost 20 minutes late in, while I buggerise around with OBS and Discord and flip-flop between the two. But we are here, session 3, first one. And now everyone has played in one or the other of the sessions. The first one was our session 0, which also included some role play to get to the Witchlight Carnival, as well as role-playing some sort of snippets from people's backgrounds and things, just trying to tie things together. I might be coughing or clearing my throat a little bit. I've got a lemon honey tea right here. Last week you entered the carnival. I don't know if anyone wants to jump in and with any highlights for you. I'm looking over at cameras here.
Boy, all right. Let's see. So, carnival comes out of nowhere, but it looks pretty. So we enter. There's about 3 of us kind of walking around while the other 2 go off and kind of, bugger about themselves. But there are a lot of things to do here. Chief among them, let's see, there was a ring toss game. There was a poetry slam, which, I want to get a certain haircut over to, get that in there as well. There was a staring contest with a Cyclops. Didn't go that well. And there's all the other kind of sights and attractions. There's a cool water show. There's a snail race, which, don't let those fool you, is certainly a race. There's also kind of a hall of mirrors, but this is where the intrigue starts picking up. See, there was a person who was proposing to his girlfriend. A whole bunch of things went awry magically, and he kind of ran off. But when searching for him, saw a very interesting kind of visage in said hall of mirrors. Some kind of like a small girlish figure with a pig mask on. Kind of whimsy carnival thing that you think of. But toward the middle of the night, there was a big extravaganza at the big top where Mr. Witch and/or Light, still learning, kind of comes down as a whole kind of, parade circus, extravaganza, like the word I've already used. And he kind of opened up to the audience. Who wants to come up and kind of show their skills? And, there's a certain elf ranger over here who kept, kind of bugging people to do stuff. So we all went down, put on a little performance, 80% music, 20% physicality. But it impressed the spectators and the MC well enough where we got to go back to the staff area and talk to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, where intrigue kicked up to 11. Let's see, missing things. Well, they were basically saying is, hey, you did good. Everything here is fine. Don't be assholes, and an asshole will happen to you. But after we left, their bodyguard went by the name of Thago. Remember that because that's the old, rule set for old D&D. He's like, hey, no, there's some shit going on down here, guys. People are missing, things are happening. Vis-a-vis, if you can blackmail them into helping you, you can figure out what's going on. It's a weird, circuitous, blackmail to help. We're figuring it out on the fly. But then we've met a couple of characters. We met what turned out to be a displacer beast, kind of done up as a butterfly, that's concerning. And then we also seeking the help of, I want to say, another person. That's where memory starts getting a bit fuzzy.
Yeah, so
we kind of left off on we need to try to get help from these different individuals to rob and/or blackmail the 2 leaders to make them tell us information so we can help them. It all makes sense.
That's right. Yeah. So I think they'll give you a boon. I think there's plenty that want to try and they think there's something up or something going down that's causing trouble for the Witchlight Carnival, and Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are in deeper than they would like to be, or than they should be. That was, I think, the bugbear with the pumpkin on his head, helmet. So he had said, there's a few that might be sympathetic to your cause, and thinking like him, but no one will really, want to make a move against the carnival owners, and no one would really want to. But if you get crowned Witchlight Monarch, then you're also that they would owe you a boon, so you might get information there. The other thing I think that's ever present is that for all of you, most of you have some sort of recollection beyond just coming to the carnival. You've been here before and you've lost something. There's something, a piece of you is missing. This is not just, I left a toy, or if it is a toy, could well be. It was something that was just very important to you, your blankie or something else. But it's only now that the carnival's come and you've gone in there that you feel like, yes, there's something missing, and it's almost a piece of me somehow, and I'm not really complete without it. That realisation, not for all of you, it's a personal thing, but some of you, that's what's going on. But yeah, so there was plenty of comments, I think, throughout the evening so far of people being taken, going missing, and you saw this little girl on the other side of a mirror trying to seem to coax a halfling to step in, and she ran off when she saw you, but that was in the Hall of Illusions. There's plenty of other places you haven't been to, and it's sort of halfway through the night. It's now past midnight. The main big top event has happened, and that's how you got granted audience with the Witchlight owners. But now you've come back into the main area. The main what would you call it? I'll move us in there while we're doing this so that we can. Let's see. Oh no, you should have that there. But Selith and Theo, you will also be off duty at this point, and you had met the other characters, and we're gonna I think agreed 2 sessions ago, which was 4 hours ago, to come and catch up once you became available. So what I will do is I'm just going back to that map. And we've got...
To be clear, Selith and other person don't know about the shenanigans going on.
No, well, you may know of things going missing. It's not an uncommon rumour or a whisper or so on, but but nothing beyond that.
Okay.
And so this finds us. I can see Hello Hawk. We're using these red dots to show how many of your tickets have been clicked. You've got a ticket with eight tokens you can use. And Hello Hawk's had 3 clips, Odin's had 2, and Galatia's had 2 as well. When you look at Theodore, great! This enormous map has just resolved for me. Takes a while. Theo's got this little blue light flickering about him from time to time, and then it might go out here and there as well. So, I guess the next thing is, what do you want to do from here? There's a few places
I think the last day we had said we were heading towards the Hall of Illusions to try find out more about that pig mask girl or whatever was happening with him.
Yes, okay. So I'm just going to move you back over there. Oh, one other thing that you've noticed as well that might not be apparent to the others might not realise this, is the mood of the carnival changes depending on how much fun people are having. And there was even a time when someone won a contest that almost the pitch of the calliope in the background suddenly became more in tune. The muted colours of some of the flowers and things, they just got that little bit more vibrant. So, yeah, so we're right now, if you look on this map, if you look up in the top corner, I'll draw your attention here with a bit of a shift ping. So we're now, this is a time counter, Thaco the Clown I'm using as a counter here. It's only a couple of hours left of the evening, and you're actually starting to get a little bit hungry. No one's had anything to eat for 6 hours. And if I draw your attention now down to the other corner, okay, you can see there's also a sliding scale of how much fun everyone's having. And right now that's why we're having the happy carnival music. It's cranked up to 11. But you make your way through a sideshow alley, and there is an opportunity. Theodore and Selith, if you wanted to, you could have a quick game on the way through, or not. That's.
Oh well, gosh. I am feeling mighty hungry, I'll admit. I might want to get some food first.
Okay.
Working, and you just can't compete on an empty stomach.
Okay. So two things you can do is there's food stores around. Okay. And you can just, with one clip of your ticket, get a meal.
Absolutely.
Although there is also, if you wanted to swing past, there is a bigger area, let's see, a feasting orchard up towards the carousel.
Gosh.
I'll draw your attention there with the shift ping again. And you can see the archway there has a knife and fork on it. And if you really hungry, or you want to, go and get a meal, that would be the place to go.
Do I notice anyone, Selith is with the people that she met earlier, right? All of the travelers and everything.
Yes.
Can she tell if there's a sense of urgency amongst everyone, or whether people are just kind of meandering, or because obviously she has just arrived with Theodore, so wouldn't have known, I suppose, about what everyone's been up to.
Yeah, so I assume that if you're okay with it, Vlad Spy, you might have your recounting of where we're up to. You might have mentioned that to Selith and Theo, just for simplicity's sake, or unless there's any particular secret you want to keep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. So assume that everyone's had that overview of how the evening's gone so far.
Interesting. I had heard that things had gone missing. Whew. It seems that there is a mystery afoot. Very exciting. Oh, maybe do we have enough time for a feast? Probably not. I suppose I'll just go with the quick and easy bite.
Okay. All right. So you can have a go at this now. On your token, you should be able to click it and add a red dot.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you add a red dot and before you actually click the red dot, you hover over the red dot and just type 1. That should put a 1 on your token. This is why you can add your own, keep track of your own things if you want numbers on there. Do you want to try that and see if you can do that? This will be for
Did it happen?
Did
it happen?
No. On Selith.
I clicked on. Yeah, I clicked on Selith, and then
Yep.
some dots came up.
Oh yeah.
No,
So okay, no, it's not that one. Look at the dot that appears underneath your token. Click on that.
Sec.
the dot underneath your token, when you click your token, a whole little library can show up and you can access it by clicking the one underneath.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay.
Yep. And yeah, so you've clicked the red dot, but if you hover over the red dot instead and type 1, it'll put a number in there.
It just says red.
Yeah, but hover over it with your mouse and then just type 1 on your keyboard and it should put it onto your token. Yeah, that's it. Cool. So we can do things like, oh no, you've just deleted yourself. We have a launch page. Hang on, you coming back? Or can you Control Z? I don't know. There you are, back again. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stop moving you around and you can take custody of yourself. Okay, so, yeah, great, you got it. So we can do things like, I'll use this for things like exhaustion, if you want to track levels of exhaustion, not that that's going to matter right now. It might matter if, I don't know, something like, or like days of food or something like that, if it becomes important. And it's good to get your hang of the token management there. But that was for everyone, not just for you, which is why we're doing it. I've been doing it, I think, up to now. All right, so you've clipped your ticket, had a bit of a bite to eat as you grab a Danish or something as you're going along. And
I just want to say Theodore is eating cotton candy.
Ah, right. You're going to do the same thing? Grab a bite?
Yeah, he's eating cotton candy exclusively.
Excellent. It's sustenance for fairies.
Yes, pure, absolute sugar.
Yeah, their food pyramid is just a pile of sugar. Okay, so eventually you get to the Hall of Illusions. And Candlefoot is still out there. I think it was Candlefoot that was on the door.
Oh, yes, tonight.
So, I want to say Theo is, he's probably standing on the ground, actually. He said, you guys said something about a pig girl, right?
Yes.
Someone's going missing and things like that?
Yeah, right. When we was in here looking for that other fella, little girl, pig mask, something very disconcerting running around. No one else knows that to be a part of the carnival, so we're just trying to suss that one out to see if it has anything to do with it. And if not, we have to be the monarch here to be able to rob our benefactors, honestly.
Sounds mischievous. Count me in.
Just to clarify, robbing that leads to helping them in the end.
Huh.
Right, yes. I do admit it's a bit circuitous there, but they're not being so forthcoming. Our short friend here thinks they know a bit more, so we're just trying to see what we can suss out.
Well, they do say that you need to tough love people sometimes.
Huh.
But perhaps this is one of those times.
Right. Right. I forgot you being under their employ. Not aiming to hurt or rob or anything, just trying to get information.
But if it comes to that, well...
No, if it doesn't come to that.
But if it does, and Theodore starts walking towards, I guess, the general direction of Hall of Illusions?
Yeah, yep, you're at the Hall of Illusions now, let's just assume. You've made it.
Okay.
I suppose if there's a lost child not having fun, people are going missing. That is cause for concern. Guess we shall better do some investigating.
Yeah. Mr. Candlefoot, sir, can we investigate? We're looking for a missing child. Can we go ahead in?
Yeah, certainly. Actually, Candlefoot, right? He's got his voice back. Why, certainly. You've done so much for me this fine day, and I can't thank you enough. You'll have free entry to the Hall of Illusions at any time that you feel.
Let's go.
Right. I appreciate that. Also, apologies for hitting you earlier. Just Making sure everything was on the level.
That's no problem. I understand fully. So for anyone not here last week, Candlefoot was someone who had his voice stolen by Kenku, who can't talk. And this party, which is as yet nameless, managed to dig out the mystery and return his voice to him.
Oh, I'm sure glad he has his voice back. He is such a charmer.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
Have a lovely voice, Candlefoot. Don't you let anyone else steal it now.
So you're gonna head inside?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give a wide berth to that mannequin that got me the last time.
Oh yes.
My cheeks still don't feel right.
Right, I should mention that actually. Yeah. There was a mannequin. Looked like a bit of a witch type thing. You know, pointy hat and long tattered black robes, but young and attractive witch. But yeah, there was a bit of a ruckus last time because it caused hideous laughter in someone who was trying to propose to his lady friend at the time, and he just thought that she was rolling around in laughter at the thought of him proposing, and he rushed into the Hall of Illusions. The party also assisted him and prevented him from going off somewhere. And the two were brought back together and reconciled their... and she apologised. She had no control. And this is the statue of Tasha, apparently. Okay. So you go into the Hall of Illusion. If anybody... Tasha being another name that someone had come up with as a legendary archmage. There's some spells named after her that she apparently invented herself. Another name for Tasha is Igwilv, the Witch Queen. Yeah. Intense. Yeah, so you head inside and have a snoop about. Can you roll and we'll have to do a party investigation check, or is someone going to take the Sherlock Holmes and Watson mantle?
I do have proficiency in investigation, but I'm fine with we want to do a party one.
Yep. If it's what I'll do with the party one is because it's not like you fail if someone else fails, but other people can help. But what help is if you say who's the Sherlock Holmes? If that's going to be Theodore, he rolls, but anyone else can also roll to help. But if they pass a certain number, then they lower the difficulty for him. Sort of like advantage, but it means if you're actually not very good, it's better not to try and help. You can muddle things up and disturb the crime scene. So you've got to really think about what. Usually you say, "Oh, I'll help," and you get a sort of chorus of people helping. And they all then trample the crime scene and muss up the clues.
I actually like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you need to, like, same with survival or tracking or anything like that. Hunting, you know, someone says, "Hey guys, is that the deer over there?" Of course, they scare it away. So
Self is not going to help. She's just going to be complimenting the whole of Mirror's purse about how shiny the mirrors are.
oh, nice one.
So,
Okay.
Yes.
So then everyone
Yeah,
consults their skills in investigation, or maybe leaves it for Theo to do it, and you guys all sort of wander around and see if you can notice anything yourselves. Passive perception matters, and passive investigation matters as well. So
Okay, so my passive perception is 10, and my passive investigation is 14.
okay. While we're on that, it'd be good if people see. I can see everybody. I just moved Odin. Sorry, I'm just letting you know. I think we did have passive perceptions in your title. So if you could rename yourselves while we're doing this to say Odin dash and then whatever your passive perception. Because of course if I say, "Hey, what's your passive perception?" that's going to give the game away that there's something to look for. if you can't, then let me know, and I can do it for you. But okay, so how did you go, Theo?
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah. Investigation.
Be willing to help him out. Looking at that.
Okay. All right, so Theo, I see you've got an 18 there, and you've got a 6 with Odin helping out. Maybe making it a little bit harder for you, but you've cranked an 18 anyway. You're looking at a mirror, and it's reflecting probably another mirror, or maybe from somewhere off, and you do see someone looking at you. I will paste into the chat. Let's see. Looks like a girl holding an enormous lollipop.
And I'm looking into a mirror, correct?
You are. But you realise that it's like the whole Bruce Lee thing, right? You're looking into a mirror, but it's reflecting what's somewhere else in the room.
Gotcha.
So you're not looking deep into an individual mirror, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha. I'm gonna say, while looking at the girl still, I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, is this who we're looking for?" Kind of beckoning everyone towards me.
She's just standing looking at you with her head sort of tilted to one side, and she's got a mask of a pig on her face.
Oh. So you must be the pig girl. What's your name? Huh?
Is it a pig moss you're looking at?
Oh, yeah, it's a girl.
Well,
I'll
do it.
Oh, she's much creepier than I thought.
Oh wow, yeah, it's a little creepier than I thought it would be.
I don't know. She's much creepier than I thought.
She's got sort of blue-grey skin and black nails.
Yeah. What's your name?
She doesn't answer you, and seems to look left and right and over her shoulder.
Can I put my hand on a mirror?
Yeah, you put your hand on the mirror, and you realise that it's probably another mirror that is reflected in this one. So maybe actually she's probably behind you.
Okay, I'll slowly stand up, and I'll look behind me. Do I still see her?
Yes, there's a mirror behind you, and she's in it, and she's just looking at your back.
I'll walk over to that one and see if I can actually walk through that mirror.
Okay, let's have a look. You put your hand against it, and nothing happens.
But it's still a mirror, though, right?
It is, yeah. Your hand, you do the whole Marcel Marceau thing, but it's a mirror. It's physical, yeah.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Which one is not a mirror at all? I'll start to I'll use my wings to kind of fly myself up a little bit. How many mirrors do I see here in? Is it just these two, or is it like all around? And do I see us in each mirror as well?
There's loads of mirrors everywhere, like all lining the walls, but they're also like in triangles, human size, so tall and narrow. She lowers her lollipop and then straightens her head. Look, because she had it sort of off to one side as if she was like just regarding you. She straightens her head and she does speak to you. She says, "I serve Granny, who made me what I am."
Oh, Can we meet Granny?
She looks over her shoulder.
I try to look behind her. I don't see anybody. I'm assuming.
The rest of you are there, by the way, in case you wanted to say something.
Do we hear her speak?
Yes.
Okay. Goodness gracious, that is quite creepy. Not to be rude,
Yeah. Selith, she looks at you.
I kind of bolt upright a little bit, say, hello?
She says, you look familiar.
Oh, well, I work here at this carnival, so it's very possible that I served you a meal, or maybe performed for you, or lots of other things.
I saw you when you were little, when you were this big. And she holds a hand out. And then she
Oh!
And she said. Then she sort of gets a little bit terse, sort of a set jaw for like about a, it looks like she might be about 9-year-old, human girl, and she says, "Children need to work to keep them out of trouble. The toys aren't going to make themselves." Granny doesn't.
Where do you make the toys?
Granny doesn't like lazy children.
Guys, I don't fucking like this. What magic is this?
Who says there's magic?
I mean, there is a lot of magic in this carnival. To be clear. This is a little bit unnerving, though.
Okay. I'm just going to jump into the cone of silence for a moment with you, Mirella. 1 minute. Everybody? Okay, Mirella, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Your sibling we spoke about, did you have a name for them?
I honestly didn't, but let me quickly, how about Ithel?
Ithel, okay. We'll just scooch back to the others and we'll pick it up from there.
Plan A is break the mirrors, burn the tent down, right?
We're back.
But stop.
That escalated quickly.
Okay. So. Yeah. So she says she looks across at Selith and says, "Ithel works hard." And then she sort of looks over her shoulder again, almost fearful, and then she sort of runs, just sprints off. It's almost, she's inside a mirror as far as what you're looking at, but she darts off to one side, and so all you then see is Theo, yourself, reflected back.
Do we hear any footsteps? Like, do we hear it like echo around us in this hall?
No. No, it was an image, but sort of... Oh, yeah, I'll let you... What is your passive perception?
Passive perception is only 10. Passive investigation is 14. And insight is also 10.
Okay, so passive perception is 10. Anyone else have above 15?
I have 15.
Is that Selith?
Yes.
Okay, so you hear this little childlike feet going pop, 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 off into the distance.
I'm imagining that Tella feels a little bit unnerved at the moment.
Yeah. Selith has white hair, and so you can't see her blood drain from her face because there's fur, but would visibly be shaken with hearing this name and be sort of, you can describe how you're looking, but looks visibly shaken.
Yeah, so Talith is just a little bit quieter than usual. She's just a bit, like, kind of withdrawn into herself. She's usually quite cheery and, like, loud and rambunctious a little bit, but yeah, she's just a bit kind of, like, withdrawn now.
I think Theo would fly over, and he's going to say, well, you don't seem so cheery. Who's Granny? Or do you not know?
I don't, not sure.
But do kids work here at the carnival? Like children? I don't think I've seen any.
No, the kids are all customers.
So...
Oh, we did have the child that we're essentially looking for that went lost.
Yeah, which I think you returned, didn't you? You found them and brought them back?
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
So
There is a place for, there's a lost property, but lost property usually means kids that have got missed from their parents, and they get taken into the care of Dillagrawn, the Displacer Beast.
Dillagrawn's cub had gone missing, then.
Yes, Dillagrawn has lost a cub many years ago, or some time ago. That's right. And Dillagrawn gave you a silver bauble that her cub Star used to love playing with. Just max out the volume there for a second.
Let's see. You guys see Theo take out a notebook and an ink pen, and he'll start writing. And he's just basically taking notes.
Mm.
The child suggested that children were hard workers. Do you suspect they're collecting children, or she's collecting children for Granny?
Maybe she talked to Halfling earlier. Was a child.
Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe.
Could be a stretch.
Maybe that would be, but I mean, goodness, if she's asking them to come with her, she very well didn't seem lost herself.
No, she seemed scared. Just concerned. What do you think, Hello Hawk? Other than it being fucking creepy.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's about what's on my mind right now. This is fucking creepy. I mean, you saw her, right? And with the intonation, she's kidnapping children or something. What do we do? I mean, I can't walk through a fucking mirror. Is that some weird magic shit here at the carnival?
Perhaps we could try and reach her again, and she can take us to Granny.
Yeah, I very much like to know who is this Granny. Okay, well,
Theo, this little light appears above your head, and flutters down sits on your shoulder and then flutters down your arm. And it's like made of flowing light, so that rather than having elbow joints and things, it just sort of grooves on floppy style with like a rag doll.
So like a wacky, wavy, inflatable arm tube man of light.
Yeah, and it sort of strolls down your arm and then grabs onto your finger and then lifts up in the air, flying, and basically tries to pull you along and points to the north.
Question: do I know what this is, or this is just happening?
No, this is a constant, voiceless companion that has been hanging around with you since you've been in the carnival as a Witchlight hand.
Okay. All right. I will say okay. So apparently, I need to go in this direction. Can follow. Now look at the rest of the group.
You're burying the lead there, friend. What's that?
Oh, and I look at Hollowhawk. Creepy face shit. But I know this one. Come along. And I start to flutter in the direction that I'm being pulled.
Okay.
Starting not to like this carnival.
Oh, don't be sad. You'll win another poetry contest.
Yeah.
Just roll my eyes.
Okay, so the rest of you all sort of follow along. There's no need for marching order or anything like that here. We're just showing where you are on the map just so that you can see what's going on. Now, you've already been to the gondola swans and the staff area and so on. But this little light sort of pulls you into the... Oh, actually, there's past the lost property, which you've already been to. And the little light points at the carousel and then nods as if it wants to... You get the feeling, it sort of can convey to you that it wants to go and have a ride. And then it also points across at the orchard and sort of rubs its tummy like a clown might, gesturing.
I'm going to say, Ori, I was in the middle of an investigation. If you were hungry, we could have gotten cotton candy earlier. Anyway, since we're here. Let's see.
You did see also to your right as you were walking these enormous dragonflies the size of a horse. And so with this wingspan that goes out sort of, 20 or 30 feet, hovering on these giant lily pads, and people are sort of lining up to have a ride on them.
I say let's check out the carousel.
Okay.
If that's what everybody else wants to do.
It takes us through the mirror. How?
I genuinely don't know.
Right.
I trust my instincts, and my instincts tell me, and I look back at Ori, well, one, that they're hungry, and two, there could be something at the carousel. I don't think we're going to find anything else in the mirror area. That's my guess.
Yeah, you are, with your investigation check, and I think with the others sort of just helping, snooping about, you have searched that area in every mirror.
Well, we ain't got too much more to go on, so lead on.
All right. Yeah.
So you can see that the carousel is just that, a procession of wooden unicorns in this instance, and they stand motionless on a circular wooden platform.
Oh, no one's running it?
Yeah, there is. I'll show you a handout of the person running it. I say person. She has the standard butterfly wings as a backpack that everyone has. But otherwise, she looks much like a centaur. A little bit different because her skin has also got the pattern of the horse colouring, which centaurs wouldn't usually have. It looks a little bit out of the usual.
Very distinctive.
Yeah. And some fairgoers have just gotten off, and she's going around checking things and giving them a bit of a rattle and a shake. Pardon me. And she seems to be reaching down and getting some... She does something. You don't know whether it's casting a spell or just saying some words or whatnot. But these unicorns shake their manes and sort of creak to life. And she gestures.
That's the kind of magic we have here.
She gestures at you to
Nice
come
kind.
forward.
I fly forward.
Okay.
Self will hop on a unicorn, just a little bit comforted by the joyful magic
Okay.
it has.
She looks a bit sad, but she says, "Come, I'll clip your ticket."
No, there's no need to
Okay.
be so melancholy about it.
She smiles. It's okay. This is going to be great.
How are you? Are you having a good day?
Oh, yes, everyone's having a great time, she says. You can
I
see
lean
it.
into Hollowhawk, and I'm like, I don't think everyone's having a great time.
Can I do an insight check on this person?
Yeah, sure. My name's Diana Cloppington.
Of course. I've seen you around. Of course, Diana. Right.
Yep, how's your insight? Call it out to me.
Let's see. That's 5. So hopefully. Oh wait, I need. There we go.
How'd you go?
21.
Hey, boom! All right. Happy days. Okay, so she treats you with good humour. There's no malice or anything, but there is a sadness behind her eyes. It's clear to you that she is not a centaur. But there's no other visible clues or things. Is there anything you want to say to her as part of that check?
Yeah, I'll draw her aside a bit and say,
Anna, level with me. Hand to hand. What's going on with you, girl?
It's okay. I'm just a human who made a bad deal.
Deal. Who did you make a deal with?
I went to a hag. They have strong magic and I lost my favourite horse. I fell off in the woods and it was missing. I feared for it, and I made a deal with a old lady of the woods and
She a fae lady of the
a
woods?
fey lady, I guess you could say that. And
Yeah.
I made a deal, and she said that she promised that she would reunite me with my missing horse.
Oh, that sounds about right. Oh. I'm sorry to hear about that, Diana.
She says, you're investigating things yourself?
Oh, goodness. We just had the most awful experience. Have you seen any... Oh, I don't even know how to describe her. Ghoulish creatures around the place? Stringy hair, like nails, saying creepy stuff, mentioning lost or the dead.
I may have seen something... And she starts to choke as she tries to tell you something.
Oh my goodness.
And she sort of reaches into her mouth and pulls out like one of those puffball funguses.
Oh.
And she says, "Oh, sorry. Yes, I think a child like that has been seen, but that's probably come from the realm of Prismea." And as she says that, she again coughs, and all this brown tree sap like phlegm just she coughs it up. And she says, "Sorry, I can't. There are some things that mustn't be spoken." She sort of leans into you conspiratorially, and she says, "Speak to the unicorns."
Thank you. I will, thank you.
You will need to learn their trust.
Okay.
So learn their names.
Okay. I'll try and do what I can for you, Diana.
And she says, I was just about to do this, but here, this may help. And she gives you a pot of gold paint.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some other party goers all sort of lining up, and she says, I'm sorry everyone, sorry, essential repairs. And she sort of pulls the chain across. The rest of the party are all there. And she says, if you can talk to the unicorns and maybe give them a touch up with their name tags, then they might warm to you, and who knows what you might learn.
Thank you. Thank you. You've been so helpful, Diana.
I guess I'll turn around to everyone and, explain the situation.
Yep.
And just say, when people glow, they trust you. No? You gotta make them glow.
And, give everyone else the paint.
Okay, now everyone will need to clip to come in here. So mark yourself up with another ticket, and you can each approach and have a look at these unicorns. They look at you with a little bit of disdain, tossing their hair like it's a Weller Balsam ad, you know. They're going to drive down the highway in their convertible.
Thea does not care for unicorns.
Yeah. A fairy that doesn't care for unicorns. Okay.
They're assholes. Think they own the place. Think they're better than everybody else. Think they shit rainbows. Well, they do.
And poop butterflies. That's it.
Yeah.
One unicorn, and the pairs of unicorns, the ones that are on the outside, have seen much more of the weather, and so then they've got this name tag with gold, and the name is written in gold paint. But the one on the inside you can see, the one on the outside needs a bit of a touch up. And let's see. The inside of the first one's name is Fortune. Fortune the unicorn.
Is Fortune particularly dilapidated?
No, Fortune is slightly behind the one that it's paired with, as if it's letting it go in front. And the one that's slightly in the lead of Fortune, the name has got 4 letters, but it starts with B. And you would know from Diana that the names are somehow related, that they're pairs.
Maybe like a buck? A buck is a coin, right?
It is, yep. In some kingdoms.
The other unicorn's name is Fortune, correct?
Yes, it is.
And I'm assuming we have to figure out its name is the overall riddle.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta have something to do with gold, I guess.
Said Fortune. You said, and the first letter is B?
Yes.
But it's only 4 letters in total, right?
4 in total. Yeah, B, space. We're doing a crossword here in Dungeons and Dragons. I'll let the party roll a group intelligence check, just to see if you can figure out a clue.
Bit?
This is just going to be a see if everyone. Okay,
Ooh,
so
nice. Not 20.
okay, so we've got a nat 20 from Hallowhawk. That's counted as 2 successes.
You see, you put your foot.
Oh shit!
Figured it out.
Another nat 20
Oh.
from me.
13 from Odin.
Nice. That's a good point.
Okay. Oh, a nat 1 from Galatea. Nat 20 from Theo. Okay, so the bit peaks and troughs.
Yeah, it definitely could be back. Oof.
Are we waiting for one more? Selith, your intelligence.
Just straight intelligence?
Yeah. All right. 18. So we've got 2 natural 20s and an 18. That's going to cancel out the 1. Galatea. And not saying any names. And Odin, you've got a respectable 13 in there. Anyway, you work out that that one is favouring the other. Fortune is favouring B.
The bold.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't know if that was like only an American saying or not. So I was like, I feel like it's bold.
Yeah.
I thought the saying was favor the brave, so there we go.
Right.
Maybe that's a language difference.
Okay. So you work out this let's see.
Guess it'd be silly to name a horse Bank anyway.
And Buck isn't too the common.
And
Also, oh, go ahead.
this one turns to you, Selith, and says, "I remember you as a child. You and your brother." As little pups. I get what are rabbits called when they're little?
Bunnies.
Cubs. What is
What are they
that?
called? Bunnies? Young rabbit name.
Google, boom, boom, boom.
Kittens. They're kittens.
Kittens. Wait, 2 little kittens. Yes. I think I remember the older one. Not you. Your older. The older kitten is has went with Sopig.
Who?
Sopig.
That's that is an interesting name.
Yes, little.
What's her deal?
She's a little ghoul that works for Scabath. No, for for the hags of Prismere.
Presmere again, huh? And Presmere, how does that relate to the carnival?
Oh, it's just the Queen of Prismere is the patron of the carnival. Not the owner so much, but the patron.
Right.
Zybilna.
Great name. Great name.
Did it have anything to do with a pact? That pact?
Oh, right. That Thaco person did mention something about a coven taking what it wants for the carnival to stay in business.
Ah, yes, that might be it. People without tickets are forfeit something to the hags.
Oh.
There's always a price, to be paid. If you don't pay your 8 silver pieces.
Right. Would one of the costs be giving up your entire self by being kidnapped by these pig-faced people? Yeah.
No,
Well, the little girl did say that they had to earn themselves and work hard.
Do you know anyone named Granny?
Well, I guess a hag can sometimes go by Granny, but
This is true. Of course, a hag's involved. They're always involved in something.
Scabatha is sometimes referred to as Granny Nightshade.
Scabatha.
Lovely name.
Oh,
She's the one who looks after lost children.
Sure.
Lost children. Where can we find Scabatha?
Oh, she would be in Prismere, no doubt.
And what if the children aren't lost? What if there are people looking for them? What about their families?
Well, I don't. This is the hags. They twist words. They twist deals.
Deals, you say?
Mm.
That's right.
I suppose, children wander.
Mm.
Kind of like that little halfling.
Prismia.
All right, so putting all this together, there's apparently a deal between the Witch and Light folks back there to stay in business, whatever that means, by having struck a deal with a hag in a different realm, and they can just take what they want.
That
Children to
explains
be
a lot.
precise.
Mm.
Does it though?
The
Well,
Salith, the unicorn that you've been talking to, almost as if it sort of starts to sort of do a bit of a shiver and then turns back into wood for now.
I'll be sure to paint it real nice.
Okay, but there's still some others that are a bit that are in need of some work. If someone else wants to give one up, touch one up in the meantime.
Right, yes, we need to keep solving this hag issue by painting wooden horses.
Okay.
Watch the teeth.
All
They have a
right.
nasty bite.
Let's see. Vladspire, the pair of unicorns that you're with. Again, one is slightly ahead of the other one. The one that is in front is called Fall, F-A-L-L, not Fall, Fall, as in...
Season?
Yeah, that's the spelling. And the other one, you can make out the first two letters, 5-letter word, P-R.
I mean, not judging you, good unicorn, but whoever named you Pride is full of themselves.
All right.
He's clever.
You get Pride in there, and it sort of stomps its foot and flubbers its lips at you and says, "Why, thank you. Without a name, we are nothing."
Isn't that the truth?
No, certainly.
He looks at you, looks at you, Vladspar, and says, "Have you been here before? I remember a happy young elf skipping through laughing gleefully and running through the whole carnival. I think you even might have ridden on my back once upon a time."
Really? Yeah, I think I have before. I don't really remember.
You wouldn't have happened to have come in without paying.
If I had that, it must have been how I got in. I didn't normally carry money around those times.
Well, I think that one of these hags at the front, what's his name, Bold was talking about, might have run off with something of yours. Maybe your happiness?
I mean, it's been so long. Well, can't remember the last time I smiled.
Well, you know, it's odd. You said that, well, what makes you happy?
So plenty of things. I mean, I felt happy running that snail race, which I hope the two of you had the chance to do.
Yes, you know, I feel, Odin feels the same, I'm sure. When he was doing the poetry, he said he liked it, right?
It was brilliant.
So, you know, it's funny, you always look somber.
He gives you the the Captain Holt, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I am absolutely beside myself. Or something along those lines.
Got to go.
Yeah.
I just thought you were weird.
I thought he had something stuck up his horse.
All right. Well, honestly, all those make me feel great.
Some folks are just naturally serious. It's, you know, your character. We thought your character.
Maybe go ahead and try to smile.
This has just been how it's been for as long as I can remember, and for a couple seconds, like 5 seconds, I'll just have a stone face. Right? How about that?
Yeah, no? Give it another try.
All
Yeah,
right.
you know, actually,
I feel like you're berating me at this point.
I am making fun of you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying this.
The unicorn turns.
Good for you, yeah.
Pride turns to you, Vlad Spire, and Hello Hawk, and says, "I believe that Bev Lorna, slack-jawed Lorna, has your smile."
What a bizarre name.
Right. I'm sorry. I only caught the second half of that.
Slack
Did you
jaw.
lose your hearing too? Slack jaw.
Oh.
I may be able to show
Where
you
did we
the toad hag.
Slack jaw henna.
Have a look in the chat.
Ugh.
Gracious.
And yeah, so this she says, "I think that slack-jawed Lorna has your smile. You know, she lives in hither."
Let me guess. This is another plane of existence.
No, it's a part of Prismea.
Yeah.
Prismea's been taken over, you see, by the Hourglass Coven, and they've frozen poor Zybilna in time. Terrible.
Oh.
Maybe this is the coven they were talking about. So this definitely solidifies everything. Light and Witch made a pact with the hag, and who is part of this coven. And they must be stealing children from here. And apparently, your smile.
Right, which I'm sure is worth a lot.
Wait. So who froze Zaldina? Is she the leader of the coven? Is
Oh
she?
no, Zybilna has been. Let's see. Yes, the Hourglass Coven, rumour has it that they seized control of Zybilna's domain and split it up amongst themselves.
So the Hourglass people, they're the hags. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yes, the Hourglass Coven, I think they call themselves. I'll put this into chat for you. Make it a bit.
I'm just a little bit concerned, you know. I mean, I've lived here all my life, and I thought I was bringing people smiles, not working for folks who are taking them away. It's just a little bit concerning.
You could have been doing both. Unknowingly.
That's obviously not on you. There's more going on here.
I don't know what to do, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and on all the smile capturing and children stealing and everything else, or have they been swindled themselves? It's just.
They've been swindled themselves.
Yes.
I remember one of them saying that they weren't happy about it, but they couldn't do anything about it. They were losing sale, or something happened that they had to make this pact.
It seems like people in the carnival cannot talk about what's going on. But now that we know, maybe they can. Sometimes things are like that.
Well, you know, I guess some here have lost their things too. Those that work. That's a little interesting. Like the cat.
Oh?
Yeah, many have lost things. I think some have lost memories, and now that we know and are investigating, it might be important for them that we don't know. Which might be dangerous.
Possibly.
As you've been talking through this, your Katy Perry Carnival Calliope Raw has switched. And just gotten that little bit less chipper.
Oh, do you feel that change?
Feel it. I can hear it too.
It's just like when we entered and that tree thing was handing off the seeds and such. The mood shifts. So do the lights.
There's a horse looking expectantly at you, Galatea, and looking down at its missing nameplate.
Guess I'll walk over there and fix it up.
Okay. Let's see.
Try not to patronize him too, huh?
This is
Look, absolutely indifferent.
the first one's name is Stone. You got that? And the other one has a 4-letter word ending in S. Everyone's there, so you don't have to do it yourself. If anyone wants to chip in with ideas.
I'm trying to think. What could this creature's name be?
Don't have a clue.
First name is Stone. The first one's name is Stone. The last name is a 4-letter word that ends in S. I have no idea.
I don't either.
Neither.
The fourth lot, for what it's worth, I'll just give that to you now. First one is Stitch, and the second one is a 4-letter word with an N as the second last letter.
N or M?
N for Nelly.
Stitch.
I'm just gonna write this down on a notepad.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for this one.
Okay, I'll put it into the chat too. So I'm putting the two pairs.
And so to do the name, do we like say or do we paint it?
Paint it onto the... Fix up the name tag. You fill in the other letters with your gold paint.
All right. While you guys try to figure out the stone thing, let me see if I remember this old thing. And I'm going to paint the word 9.
Okay, so Stitch, you paint 9, and the horse looks very appreciative of you, and the calliope picks up its tune. Still a bit down, still a bit glum. Why, thank you.
Of course. Fantastic name. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just, without a name, you're nothing really. But I do have a few moments if you would like to chat, now that I can.
No, certainly. The overlooking has been very informative. There's apparently at least one, maybe multiple, children-like things with pig masks running around. Do you know of anything about this and how to find them?
Oh, you would need to go to Prismere, I think. And the way to get to Prismere, the ones who know that, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Of course.
Well,
I imagine they're going to want our help. That should give us a little leverage.
yes, we can hint at the deal that they may or may not have made, and we can offer to get them out.
Oh, I don't know about what. I don't really know anything about Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. It's the travellers that come through and ride me that can tell me things.
And what do they tell you?
All about the goings on in Prismere. The three hags have their three realms, you know, hither, thither, and yon. They all hate each other, so it's said, despite them being coven mates.
How do these travelers know of Prismea?
Well,
How do they get there?
Word travels, and there's even factotums of the Summer Queen that frequent the carnival.
Oh.
Tumblestrom, for instance, in the orchard. I can hear her mandolin now.
The orchard, you say?
Yes.
Looks like your friend mayn't have just been hungry.
Well, let's go grab a bite then.
Excuse me, I can't help thinking. Young lady, You didn't happen to have been here before, perhaps? Talking to Galatea.
Oh, possibly.
It's hard to miss a Eladrin. We don't see many.
I suppose. What are you getting at?
Nothing really. I remember. See, I think I remember you.
You don't look familiar.
You were very young.
It does seem awfully familiar.
You may have forgotten.
Possible.
Starting to see a pattern here.
All right, we'll spill it. What did you lose so we can make fun of you for that?
Who, me? Oh,
I
her.
don't know.
You can not say, but I think you would know because you've now realised from coming to the carnival. Then you didn't realise that you had lost something before coming here, and it's just awoken those memories. So that's like with Hallowhawk, remembering that, yeah, actually I did have a happy childhood. So you might remember.
Perhaps I have lost something. When I was a child, I had a doll.
A doll.
A doll.
Yes, very, very important to young children. Sometimes they form very strong attachments. It turns to you, Hallowhawk, quite knowledgeable amongst the child psychology.
All right, sure. And I just robbed of an emotion. Yes, that's fair.
Oh, when you lose a something like this that's so important to you, something else sometimes can go with it.
Like your smile.
Yeah.
Better a doll than a person, I guess.
I think there's a doll. Yeah, if it is a doll that you've lost, it would probably be in the hands of Scabatha as well.
She's called Scabatha. She scabs things.
Scabatha Nightshade.
She's definitely on my little list.
She can fly. She doesn't ride a Pegasus. It's like a flying rocking horse.
So interesting and complicated. That is odd that we both have something missing.
Ooh, here's a thought. Maybe you both were stolen as children.
Hallowhawk, you mentioned the tickets and they had all our names. That can't be a coincidence now.
I didn't think it was at the start, but that might be something.
Is anyone else missing something?
Everyone looks around at each other, at poor Odin.
I suppose it wouldn't make any sense if it was just me and Hallowhawk that lost something. And then, obviously, all of us had a name on a ticket.
Yeah, come on, Odin. Tell us, what'd you lose? As Theodore floats uncomfortably close.
I think I used to have a hat. I don't know.
Oh gods, hat and dolls, what?
Hey.
Well, we can't pick what we lose. We didn't even know we had lost it until we got here.
Yeah.
I guess that's my fault for not carrying around a doll when I traveled as a kid.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Weird.
Soulless. Okay.
Can't help your poor.
So Scabatha Nightshade.
Wow.
What about you?
The hag you seek, Scabatha, sleeps in a dollhouse, and she has a vulnerability. She can't remember the first person that she sees when she wakes up.
Interesting.
Mm.
That's useful to know.
That's interesting.
They
This is
say
useful.
that Bavlorna is allergic to widdershins.
I'm sorry, come again?
Bavlorna. I'll type it into the chat for you. The Bavlorna. Sluck-jawed Lorna, they call her.
Auditions, that's a flower, right?
Wow, that must be a prismatic thing. I'm not familiar with running widdershins.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. And I'm from the Fae.
I suppose if we go to see Scabatha,
Scabatha. Remember, names hold power.
this might come to use for us. To not remember the first person you see. Can't talk today.
Well, what about you, Teal? What have you lost?
Oh, let's see. Theo taps his cheek as he's trying to remember. Let's see. I have that. I found that. Any help, DM?
Yeah, he lost his memory.
Theo, you don't recall losing anything. You know that you're seeking information on Zybilna. It's been like an assigned mission for you. So
I know I'm here looking for something. I genuinely cannot remember. So, someone checking in?
Yeah, so your mentor is a warlock of the Pact of the Fae, the Archfey. And,
yeah.
And his Archfey patron he's lost contact with her, and he said he wanted you to. Apparently, there's a way to get to her realm through the Witchlight Carnival, and if you could, you're not required to obviously resolve any problems or anything, but he just wants to know that she's okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I am doing a simple wellness check. I didn't lose anything. I don't lose anything.
Yep. And Odin, well, you don't recall having lost anything yourself. Now that you've had... I'll just turn this music down a little. If it gets too much, let me know. Or if it's harder to hear. You do remember that in your youth, you had a lot of trouble talking. So with language difficulties, and as if your voice was gone. And it's actually quite the opposite than everyone else. It's as if you've been given that you had some sort of dream or vision that a fairy godmother came in the night, Pinocchio style, and in the morning you were able to talk. And I guess your tribes people at the time would have not might have just attributed that to be, he's growing up. He's grown out of those juvenile problems, and that's not the case. You could distinctly remember someone with black robes, black hair, Morticia style, but with a shock of white, coming to you, but with a kindly face, and saying, "Oh, poor child," and restoring your voice to you.
Okay.
Something that you might remember now that you've had it wouldn't have occurred to you as being of any consequence until hearing a description of Zybilna, which actually matches the person that this dream that you had.
I think I remember seeing someone described like Zybilna in a dream before. Coincidentally, actually, I didn't lose anything more. I gained a voice.
Oh, one could say you lost your fairy godmother.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
And she is now captive.
And with that, these unicorns now are all assume their prideful stance and go back into their sort of solid positions. And Diana comes over and inspects them and says, "Oh, fabulous, you've done it." The weather had taken so much paint off that I thought we'd never remember them.
Can I ask Anna about which of the two hags that we've been told about, if they match the description?
The description of Zybilna?
No, if they match the description of person who bent her into a horse person.
Oh, right, I see.
So whether it's the Bavlorna or Gabatha, the people we heard about?
Yes, the hag matches the sort of... She was like a toad-like creature.
Oh. So that
big
would
buggly
be the
eyes.
first one.
Yeah. Yep.
Bavlorna.
And Diana says, "Well, thank you very much. There's quite a queue forming here."
Of course. Yeah.
Well, very knowledgeable horses, if anything.
Where to from here?
I was just gonna say, yeah, these horses know a lot. I guess a lot of people say a lot of things on the merry-go-round.
They might not realise that they're listening if they were wooden at the time of being ridden.
Indeed.
What was that about Tumblestrom in the orchard, anyway?
The feasting orchard is directly to the north. And you can hear sort of roars of laughter and it sounds like it's continual Oktoberfest. Do you want to head it?
Well, if anything, that's the person that's around these things and not talking in another dimension, so...
Okay. So do you want to head into the feasting orchard?
Yeah, let's go grab a bite.
Okay.
Usually,
It's not far. Just a quick. Let's see. Feasting orchard. Okay. Yeah, so you can hear music and mirth radiating from this park. Incredible smells. You can beer, mead, pies and baked goods smells wafting from the place. There's fruit trees, so there is an actual orchard, and it's built throughout it. So there's sort of picnic tables and things, and there's musicians drumming, piping, and everywhere you can see there's signs of revelry. So small groups of people singing and dancing, and it's bustling through the night. You know, it's probably, I don't know, getting on to 3 a.m, perhaps.
Over.
Yeah, you're starting to get a little bit tired, and but you know, when you're out partying at the fair, the time goes quickly. There's feasting tables laid out all over the place.
I could use a drink.
Someone gestures to you, says, come on, we need more." And there's a few customers lined up at a bench. We're about to start the custard eclair eating competition.
Theodore lights up. Custard.
Oh yes.
I love custard.
And you can see the table is piled high with glazed cupcakes. Glazed like eclairs. Toffee on the outside, and they're custard filled. Game is simple. Eat as many as you can within 60 seconds.
I look around and I grab Odin's hand. I say, "Come on, Odin. Let's show him how it's done." And I just literally drag him against his will.
All right.
Look here. Look.
All right. So, Selith, hello, Hawk. Take a seat with the and Galatea, take a seat. They'll stand around. You see, there's two. They get their little napkin, tuck it in. There's this huge mountain of eclairs, and the master has a clock and says, "On your marks, and go!" And everyone starts piling these custard cupcakes into their mouth. Now,
I don't like custard.
you've got 6. Okay, the first one you bite, it actually doesn't taste like that yellow custard. It's actually berry flavoured. So if you like berries, you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about.
Is it sweet?
Oh yes.
All right, that's all that matters.
Extraordinarily. And it takes about 3 seconds to eat one. And you can safely eat as many cupcakes as... What's your constitution modifiers, Theo and Odin?
That's 3.
3, okay. All right, so let's start with you, Odin. So, gomp, you eat one. Gomp, another one. Pretty easy. Gomp, 3. And you're really toughing it out. So you bump. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. You're made of sterner stuff.
Belly gets bigger.
Oh yeah. You've now had 6 of these things, and then you want to try for another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you roll a DC 10 Constitution saving throw? He eats it, everyone. He eats it. It's just what happens after that we're figuring out.
18.
Okay, you keep it down, and very good. I'm going to go for another one, Odin. That's
Yes.
That's 7 now. Yep. You've done so far, so you're eating your 8th. Okay, go for it.
5.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's see. You take 5 custard damage.
Lethal.
Yep. I swallow, then all of a sudden my cheeks get much bigger. I try to swallow again.
Yeah, you do. It's all internal. This damage.
Yep.
Now you're feeling a little bit... Oh, do you want to try another one? Surely there's a little bit
it
more
there.
room there.
Nope.
Okay. Well, how many hit points are you on?
4 now.
Okay, all right. So you've now had 8 cupcakes. Theo.
8.
Yes.
Yes.
So you quickly consume 3, no problem. What's your Constitution modifier?
2.
Okay, so you knock back 5. You're going to try for a 6 to try and beat Odin here.
Yep.
Okay, DC Constitution 10 Constitution saving throw.
15.
Hey, okay, so that's you having your 6th. So you now had 6. Are you going to have a 7th?
Yep.
Okay, another DC 10 con saving throw.
15.
Okay, you've now had 7. Try for 8 and that will equal Odin.
Yep.
I want to press to digitate and make it taste absolutely horrendous for this next one.
How'd you go?
18.
18. All right, you have your 8th one down.
Can I go for another one?
Oh yeah, because there's others in this competition.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand to just start getting as many cupcakes in front of me as I possibly can.
Okay.
All right, let's roll again.
Those
Oh.
can put them away.
Not anymore.
What was that?
4.
Okay. So what happens is internally you take 4 points of custard damage.
Can I still keep going?
You can. Oh, you can keep going. All right. No problem about that. You push through.
All right. Another save?
Yes, please. But you've now had 9, I believe.
Yeah. 10.
Ooh, a 10 saves. And you've now had 10 cupcakes.
I'm keep going.
Okay.
8.
Oh, okay. You take 1 point of custard damage. And you've now had 11, and no one has got 11 so far. They'd all...
I want to do one more.
Okay.
Bastard.
Chuck.
Oh,
Chuck.
here it comes.
Okay.
Oh! Okay, what's going to happen? How many hit points have you got?
I got 5 hit points left.
Okay, here it comes. D8. 4! Oh!
Okay.
Okay, so he's a little burping fairy, but the crowd goes wild. The Freddie Mercury comes onto the calliope, and much rejoicing was to be had. And for your temporary damage, it's temporary damage, the custard damage. So after a couple of minutes, you recover all those hit points.
Lovely.
But ho ho ho! You fit so many in for such a little one. But as our winner, you win a prize. And he pulls out this little cardboard box. Take a look.
You. And I open it.
And inside is a cupcake.
Oh.
And he says, don't eat it now. This is a cupcake of invisibility.
Oh.
And basically functions as a potion of invisibility.
I love it. Cupcake. Yeah, all right, I'm going to add. So I'll just search potion of invisibility. And then
just you can add potion to from D&D Beyond to your equipment.
Gotcha. Thank you. And I also say thank you. Does it taste delicious?
Thank you. Come again. Oh, yes. Everything here tastes delicious. Yeah. And well, the crowd goes crazy again.
Backpack.
Okay.
Got it.
And with that, we've just gone 10 o'clock. Let's take a 10-minute break, drink and whatnot.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
You guys enjoy?
Okay, so back at 10 past. See you shortly. Okay. I think that's all of us back there now. Where did we leave off? So you just had a cupcake eating competition. Theo has won with 11. Not cupcakes. What do we make? What do we make that Claire's? Profiteroles. What I had in mind is what I was envisaging. And Theo is the lucky winner of a cupcake of invisibility. And you can let's see. Yeah, you can. Everyone's seems to be partying, getting towards deep into their cups. It's getting towards the end of the evening. I'm just gonna let's have a look. Scrolling a look at our time. Yeah, we're gonna advance the hour. It's going to be time for the crowning of the, and it's not quite on its sort of full scale happiness right now as it has been earlier in the evening. But the cupcake event pushing through beyond 10, which is a bit tricky seeing as you take damage as you go. Where do you want to go from here? What's the next stage?
Hollowhawk, where do you think we should go?
Oh gods, well, honestly, I would like to see our two new friends who've been off to the winds try their bardic skills, as it were. But it does seem like it's being the happiest it can be around here gets us closer to Witchlight through whatever means. So.
Yes, that did seem to gain us audience with him last time, the poetry slam and such.
So you're thinking the more excitement we cause, the more likely we'll gain an audience.
That's how it looked like, yes. The previous times that we met with them was not by our own volition, let's say. They invited us in after a display, as it were. So it does seem to be the kind of theme to get in their good graces and an audience.
Ooh, you know what? I think walking across a tightrope would do nicely.
You did see tightrope walkers. In fact, there was two elvish twins on the trapeze in the big top at midnight who were incredible.
I look at... I want to say Hollowhawk.
Okay.
But then Scylla hasn't really done too much. I fly over to Scylla. You ever thought about walking across a tightrope?
I'm not the most dexterous of person. I don't know if I could pull it off, so to speak.
Oh, that's half the fun.
It's possibly falling.
I mean, well, if you can fly, you know, what's the big deal?
Right.
How about impressive acrobatics atop a dragonfly?
Oh. That could work too.
I think that might be a little bit more my style.
Quite the dragonfly jockey, are you?
I have a way with folks that aren't human.
Well, seeing how none of us are technically human. Well,
Humanoid, I should say.
Have legs, have arms, opposable thumbs.
I've had my share of riding a day. I don't need more.
Galatea and Selith. you both hear someone in the crowd say, "Tumblestrum, play us that other one," which rings a bell.
Yeah, but the horse did say, unicorn did say that someone in this orchard knows how to get to Presmea. Fairy, the summer court fairy.
Ah, right, yes. A bumblethumb or someone of the sort.
So perhaps we don't even have to go through Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
So while there's this party going on all around you, people singing bad karaoke, dancing on the tables, some people that are just sort of sleeping on benches or crawled themselves away into a corner. The people are into their, little nips of port and stuff like that. The sun will be up in an hour. And all of the and the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch will happen before dawn. And you see this gnome sitting up on a rock. I'll show you a picture just so that you can. There we go.
Oh, cute.
And she's it's not so much she's got a rapt audience all sort of clamouring around her, but it's a bit of a quiet corner of the orchard, and people are sort of toned it down a bit to hear her, or maybe her playing has changed the tone around her so that it's not so raucous.
Don't let Hallowhawk go over there. He might fall asleep altogether.
Yeah.
Alright, is this the one we're looking for?
I think
It's on a
so.
Tumblestrum. I think so.
You heard the name. You heard the name Tumblestrum.
Well, right, alright, not all at once. And I'll walk up.
Okay.
Can Selith pull out her flute
Okay.
and play along?
All right.
Need
Do
me
it.
to roll performance, I will.
Jamming. Can you do a performance check for me?
Oof.
A natural,
Warm up.
the natural one. Okay. So to all of you, it sounds horrible. You can tell. But Eliwick graciously sort of changes her tune to try and, if you've seen Amadeus, when he turns the guy's really bad music into something incredible. So she sort of tries to, and I'm going to roll, because she might roll badly on her performance too. I know, we've got an 18 with whatever her pluses are, so she's going to, rather than you jamming and joining in her, she sort of listens to yours and, okay, I'll match you.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, but she sort of nods along to the music, and Hallowhawk, as you approach, she says, she's got this sort of knowing look in her eye, as if she was been expecting you to turn up. I'm looking at the monitor where you are rather than at the camera, but yeah, hello over there. And she says hello, and sort of she's still sort of slowly plucking away on the lute or whatever it is. So what brings you here? You didn't sneak in, did you?
No, we...
Ooh.
We're apparently comped tickets for raisins.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
You gave us the tickets?
Yes. Was this you?
Yes, I arranged for them.
Why? Yeah.
I mean,
Peop-
certainly thank you. This has been quite a night, but under pretense.
I didn't know. I don't really know why I do these things, but I get sort of nudged down the road by, I don't know what you would call it, fate or visions, prophecies. Some people have these sorts of things and they see the future. And now that I look at you all, I see greatness.
Well, honestly, couldn't think of a least helpful response. Very well.
Oh, sorry. He's just so full of cheer and happiness. What he meant to say was thank you.
And we see greatness in you too.
I didn't say that.
I'm saying it.
Okay.
Yes, you can tell we've known each other for a total of 6 hours.
Yes.
Regardless, yes. Thank you all the same. What else did your soothsaying have in store for us?
I honestly don't know. My role in these things is to bring people together.
You got anything else?
Well, maybe I can help. What are you actually trying to do? Like, it seems to genuinely not have any machinations or designs.
Well, and that's a lot to unpack. First thing of two things. One, adorable little frog you have there. Second, there's something, for lack of better words, really fucked up going around here. And does the Lords, does the hourglass coven mean anything to you?
Hags. I disapprove of what they're doing. They need a comeuppance, is what I think.
Right.
But
it
yes.
certainly does seem that kidnapping children and robbing.
Well, all
things
the
from people, some more important than others.
all the stories from that children get told at night, tucked in their beds. There's always some sort of vestige of truth to those stories. So, children being snatched away, I guess, is a common one, and I wouldn't put it past them. Maybe, seeing as you're asking about this, maybe this is what this is where you're. I'm hoping to, as agents of change, can undo some of the damage caused by the Hourglass Coven.
And is that why you called all of us here?
I didn't. I just. It's almost as if sometimes I have these callings. Some people really want to be a dentist. I had these visions of needing to help. And so I arranged for these tickets for these names that I knew were coming, but it wasn't up to me to have you all appear together or even travel around together, oddly, but that tends to what happens.
Well,
I have this feeling that I'll be singing ballads of your group at one day. all things going well.
Hags.
So you're looking to get to the hags, is it? Or I'm not quite.
Kind of the short and skinny of it. Do you have possible means to get to where's this fucking place again?
Prismia.
Paralyxia? Paralyxia? Prismia.
Prismia, that's the one.
Ow.
The factoid, the proxies of the hags come and go from the Hall of Illusions. That's the way they all get. That's the way they all get in and out.
How do they get in and out there?
If during daylight you go in there and you say this rhyme into the mirror, it should open a portal to get you through. If you're willing.
All right, I feel like you want someone to ask. What is the rhyme?
Well, I wasn't going to go and tell it to you unless you actually wanted it. So,
well, no, fair, my dear. Well, to be fair, a lot of shit's going around, and I, for one, apparently had something stolen from me a bit more important than a couple other people here.
yeah.
I'd be lying if I was saying I wouldn't be slightly interested in rectifying that.
Okay, so at dawn, after the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch, if you can get in there on your way out, you'll have to get in good with Candlefoot. He guards the door to it. But if you can get him to let you in, let's see. And he tells you, whispers to you a poem.
Who sure love their poems around here.
They do.
Didn't know.
It must be fate. We have a master poem.
Okay. I can post the poem in there. I'm actually searching for it. But aside from all that, though, he tells it to you, and she tells it to you, and you need to go in front of a Hall of Illusion mirror and say the poem in daylight hours.
Interesting point of that, and I will turn to face Odin and Zelith. There we go. I have a brain. So, what's incumbent on staying after what I would imagine is closing hours? There any sort of security danger of that?
Well, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So, Selith would know that the Witchlight hands are responsible for rounding all the customers up and ushering them out.
So I suppose what Odin and I could do is pretend to usher you out, but usher you in with us to the Hall of Paris.
No, hopefully it's as simple as that, I suppose.
I don't think you will be. But a plan's a plan.
Well, it honestly does make me feel a little bit better than pretty much forcing the hand of your employers, but...
That's right. I think it was Burley who suggested trying to steal something from each of them and hold them sort of ransom to get them to let you go or something.
Great plan.
Yeah, and more risky.
Well, there's reward, there's risk.
Besides, like we were saying earlier, this is a kind of a tough love situation. You know, we gotta bend the rules to help the folks, and you know, we'll get in from the Hall of Mirrors, and you know, we'll do our best, and hopefully we can resolve all this situation, and bring the light and the life and the love back to the carnival.
Okay.
Exactly. I like the attitude. So dear, turn back to Ellie. So, what else is in that very, vague and circuitous head of yours?
What else is in that? What in the what? Sorry.
So, regarding our possible, headway into Prismea, what else do you know about all this?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, something tells me going into a different plane where I'm sure the Fate present is strong, it's going to be quite tumultuous.
She says, I think we're all here and are where we need to be. Okay, again, extremely unhelpful as the last one was. She says, I sometimes visit the Summer Queen and I will pass on that I have assisted a group to go and investigate the trials of Zybilna. The Summer Queen will be most distressed to hear of her fate at the hands of the Hourglass Coven.
Well, I guess we just wait until it's closing time.
Well, it is pretty much now. Like if we look on your thing, it was 1 hour before when you're at the carousel, and you've actually spent this last hour at the feasting orchard. So you can hear some, trumpets and fanfare and so on, and people sort of get up and start moving off, talking about the monarch.
Okay. So I'll look at Silith and Odin.
Yep.
Well, we're following your lead.
Okay.
Okay.
So you sort of make your way. You would have seen some of these before, Selith and Odin. And let's see. People all start making their way to the big top. And everyone comes in and takes their seats. Dillagrawn, the Displacer Beast. Some of you may not have seen Dillagrawn, so I will. Let's see. I can post that, but yeah, so Dillagrawn's a Displacer Beast, but with the two tentacles have butterfly wings attached to them, strapped on. It looks like a flying butterfly winged Displacer Beast, but incredibly powerful and still retaining a air of nobility. So Dillagrawn escorts Mr. Witch and Mr. Witch and Delagorn stand on the sidelines next to some other characters you've actually met, Candlefoot, as Mr. Light gives an opening speech. Candlefoot, the clown, the mime, is holding a hat box. Let's see. Mr. Light, he comes up. Now, Mr. Light is the spindly one, the more vivacious. And he holds up this scepter made of 4 butterfly wings that slowly spin. From all of you, I'm sure you've all had a marvellous time, and as you probably as you may have realised, the more frivolity and enjoyment that you have aroused in those around you, is our means of selection of our Witchlight Monarch. And everyone goes crazy. And everyone's all looking around. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Now, you know that this started out a bit average, it dropped a little bit, and then it went up. Up in the poetry competition. Up in the speed racing snails. The staring. The even with the ponies, what are they called? The eating competition. Yeah. And this sort of golden ribbon starts to sort of snake out from his vein. He exudes cheerfulness. And this vein sort of snakes through the crowd as if it's sort of like a snake sort of sniffing its way out. And it seems to go to the hat box, do a couple of circles of it, and you can hear this music. It's like mandolin type music. Let's see. And finally, the vein comes around and it seems to start to flutter, and it comes over to where your group is sitting, and it seems to flutter down, and much to his disgust, maybe, this ribbon starts to drape down and flutter down over Hello Hawk's shoulders.
Oh, gods.
That chuckle.
And well, it looks like you might not be experiencing it yourself, given your state. In sort of single instances of contributing to it, somehow the ribbon has selected, and Mr. Light goes, "Oh!" He looks very surprised. Why so glum? We have ourselves a new monarch. And everyone, and they go over to this box and open it up, and there's a crown in there, and they gesture you down, Hello Hawk, to come to the central stage.
Oof, all right. Bit trepidation, but I will approach.
Okay, and Mr. Witch holds it out and crowns you the monarch, Witchlight Monarch, for this evening. And he gives you a deepest bow and says, and the butterfly wings that you're still wearing, you feel something in your back, and it feels like they're attaching. And you find that looking over you, you sort of stretch your shoulders, and as you move your shoulders, these two wings start to flap. And Hello Hawk sort of lifts off the ground. Woof, 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 woof. As the crowd cheers their new king. And you find that these wings can, you can fly. Now, he says, now this is just a taste of the charm of the monarch. It doesn't last forever, but if you wish the wings to sprout and they start to sort of fade from that point, you will sprout your wings again, and you can do so up to 3 times. And it looks as if, to the rest of you, the rest of the party, there's some sort of sparkly colours in the air above Hello Hawk. And, there's clearly some sort of illusion going on. And Hello Hawk, you can make your way back to your friends.
All right, I will do so by flying over.
All right. Okay, so you fly over. I'm just going to paste this into the chat for you so you know what's going on here.
I'm going to say he must feel so special now that he can fly.
I believe that he could touch the sky.
Yeah. Icarus comes to mind. Okay. So this charm it's like having 3 potions of flight, effectively. But that's downplaying it, of course. What you invoke the monarch charm. Okay, and they say, and with that, tonight the night evening's festivities are concluded, and we thank you all for making your way to the exits. And do come again. And then people start to stand up and sort of do the sideways shuffle. Some people sort of race up and try to get out to get to their car quicker, and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah. So and others are sort of lingering, and Witchlight hands come along. Say, come on, we must be out before dawn.
I'll start following suit if that's okay, and be like, come on. But, no.
Okay.
Come on.
So you're actually ushering the other 3.
Yeah, but towards the mirrors instead of like out.
Okay. Odin and Selith, are you both doing this?
Yep.
Okay. One of you can do a performance check with advantage.
Do you have good performance?
Wait, up to, okay. Do you have advantage to your heart?
Yeah, I've got +3, so hopefully.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Nat 20.
Okay. You get no eyebrow is raised. You look like you're being very forceful in directing these recalcitrant partygoers to the exit. And
Just making us take the long way around. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. No need to push on the monarch,
Yeah. And you find yourselves at the Hall of Illusions. Candlefoot's not there.
Let's wait it out.
Oh, there's no one at the door at all at this stage.
Oh. You can't get in.
What do you want to do?
So are we able to like unlock the door and?
There's no door.
Hide?
It's just like a tent flap sort of thing.
Okay, so we can kind of hide in there.
Yeah.
Wait for people.
Yep.
So wait till it's bright, and then we can try to run.
Yep. So you dart in, and no one comes in for the, over the next 20 minutes or so.
Alright, so we just have to wait until dawn breaks, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, which is what happens shortly. But okay.
You're indoors, but you would be pretty certain that any time now that it'll be before dawn. Sorry, after dawn.
Alright, well, I guess if anything, before we start, Theodore, which of all these hundreds of all these mirrors did you see that individual in?
The one she stood in front of. And I smile. I'm not entirely sure. Wasn't paying attention to the exact mirror. I'm sure I could find it again. I have to go look and see. But yeah.
Okay, so Theo, you go over to the mirror.
Yes.
And I've posted into the chat the poem.
Oh, you already know it.
So do I need to say it, or can anyone say it?
You don't. I don't think Tumblestrum said.
Well, go
What was
on,
that?
Theo, you're the one who saw it earlier.
All right. Well, that's
Where you go. You can say it out loud for us.
all right.
Have we lost you, Theo?
Theo, speak, your monarch commands it.
Sorry, I was communicating with my patron, my 3 cats. All right. Sorry, and I read that whole rhyme for like nothing. Okay. All right. So just read the poem, or do you want me to read the other stuff?
No, just the poem.
Okay. Or the riddle.
The riddle, the last 2 lines.
Gotcha. Hither, thither, here, there, wander, yonder, show me where.
And as you do, mist swells in the mirror, blotting out your reflection. All around where that swirling is, there's still reflective surface of the mirror. But beyond, it's a murky green mist.
Ah. Well, there you go. Hollow, come here a second.
Right.
Oh, don't.
Approach.
I grab his hand and I say, well, come on. And I drag him in.
Is the handheld all right?
Okay, so as Theo flies towards this thing, as soon as he touches it, he seems to be sort of sucked into it, and he's gone.
Well, I guess I'll hop in too.
Okay, Hallowhawk sort of
So follow.
pulled in, sort of willingly but begrudgingly, and Selith, boing, boing. Galatea and Odin.
Oh, okay.
He's like hesitant. He's like,
Yeah. Just right.
Put like the fingertip in.
Yeah, it's starting to swirl like a whirlpool as the water runs out of the bath and getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So you just stick your finger in and you get pulled in. Okay. At that point, two things happen. Firstly, you find yourself in a fairly cool environment, fairly humid. It's twilight sky above rather than dawn. There are stars above you when you're on a causeway. Looking down at your feet, there is moss between the cracks in cobblestones. You seem to be high off the ground on what might be a large archway. I'm going to move us to another map.
Oh. This guy's got a lot more bleak.
Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh dear.
And yeah, so you're on what looks like an archway, but it's... And looking down, all you can see is mist, but you can smell that sort of swampy sort of smell that you might have smelt before if you've ever been in wetlands. And there's fog, thick fog covering the ground beneath you. Every now and then there's a small hill or a tree poking up through the mist. Where you are, you can see off into the distance there's a break, and then there's another section of archway, telling you that maybe once upon a time this was some sort of raised causeway, but no more. The other thing that happens apart from those experiences, let's say the parts, pale stones, they glow faintly, so you would spot them from a distance. Fog-shrouded swamp spread out in all directions. Its murk sort of wafts up the smell of rotting plants. And you can hear the sound, the music of nature, this discordant singing birds, croaking frogs, buzzing insects. The other thing that you feel is incredibly tired. It's dawn and you've just been active and, intensely doing stuff all day to get here, and then now all night, and it's 8 a.m. You're sorely in need of a rest, of a sleep.
Perhaps we should take one. Rest.
Theo and his actual player character, Jan.
Yeah.
That might not be such a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you do have your gear. You've been lugging gear around with you all this time, but pretty much ignoring it and putting it down between events. But you do have your pack and food and water skins and stuff like that. Stuff that you would have needed for the days of wilderness travel to get here, or road travel without inns. So if you wanted to roll out your blankets or sleeping rugs or whatever it is that you've got, everyone's got something.
Well, as long as we're all comfortable with bedding down after immediately being shunted to a new plane of existence, sure.
That sounds like you'll take first watch.
Well, it's been a long night, I do suppose.
Okay, so you managed to get sleep, and the first thing you notice while doing these watches is the twilight never changes. So the sun never rises, and it's this perpetual twilight. The stars are out, but it's not quite fully dark. So you can see a long distance. The problem is probably more the mist. Now with that, you also all go up to second level.
Yeah. Do we go ahead and do that now?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready. You recover a long rest, so getting whatever spell slots or other things that you might
Ooh, I get an invocation.
replenish.
All right. How do? It's probably already been clarified, but I've forgotten. Probably.
That's all right.
How do HP work? You roll.
Just you use the average that's in the player's handbook
All right.
and apply your Constitution bonus. So we're not rolling for hit points or for ability scores. Just a bit boring, but it's also a leveler, universal leveler. Yeah, so easy to. In D&D Beyond, you can tick that in your thing to say average hit points. And the other thing you can do in your tokens, if you click on your token, the green box is your hit points. And you should, if you click on the cog, down the bottom left, in the green bar 1, change both the numbers to be what your new maximum is. And that way, when you can always heal yourself back up to full, and the bar will go down accordingly, proportionately as you take damage. And if you're not familiar with Roll20, whenever you take damage, you just click in that green button, and it comes up, and you can just type in -10, -5, whatever as you take damage, or plus and just apply the healing straight in. Okay. Now it's 11 o'clock. What do you want to do? I'm easy. If you wanted to do anything here, or if you want to, this is also a jump off point.
I'll be honest, I probably would like to sleep in a little bit, just because my arm is in pain.
Yep.
I can't keep playing for a little bit longer, but probably not like an hour.
Okay. Well, let's. I'm much the same, and it's been, what is it, 8, 9.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. We're an hour ahead too, so we don't mind doing a little bit longer, but yeah, kind of the same.
Yeah, no, let's do that. So, we're in a good spot. So we're kicking off at second level. You are in Prismere somewhere, but it seems to be all swamp. You can hear loads of creatures, as I've described. You can hear loads of swamp-type creatures. The whole place is alive, and you're, quite high up off the ground, on a broken piece of causeway with arches and things, and we'll pick it up next week from there.
Alrighty.
Next week or the week?
Oh yeah. Sorry, next
Fortnight.
Next fortnight.
Awesome.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, guys, we're about to. It's about to get serious.
Yeah, we're into it.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a closing song, which is not so much the Viking Edda that we started out with today. This is a bit more chipper.
Please don't make me go to sleep. The Tringers will be watching. They will jump inside and sit. Tickle my toes and tie my hair and not to my pose. Tie my hair and...
All right. Compliments of one of the kids. A fairy. Tringer is what they're talking about. Tringers are little elemental things. Okay. Thanks very much, everyone. I'm looking over at the things here, but while the carnival's good, now we get to see some serious action. Looking forward to it. And I put a teaser up if you look behind my head here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the 3 realms. Oh,
So there's the handout there. But
Oh, okay.
yep. So we'll I'll look forward to the next fortnight.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Same.
Not to say the carnival wasn't fun, but we're in it now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's always like you always got to like get the session 0, 1, 2, and possibly 3, like getting to know each other, you know, the bonding stuff, having a little bit of fun. That cupcake thing, I really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun, especially when someone tried to make me throw up.
Hey.
Odin. But yeah, like now we're really in it. We're about to start playing. So I look forward to it, guys.
It's gonna be
and
good.
I should have a freaking webcam next time, so
Cool.
y'all can actually see me.
Well, you've got real
For some
estate.
reason
Go, Marilla.
no, it's fine. You go.
Oh, I was just going to say, Nick, you've got real estate already pegged out on the screen there. It's been blank and waiting for you.
Yay.
And hello, Hawk. Just before we go, you use a glaive, is that right?
That is correct.
Here's one I have handy.
All right, that is what it is.
That's nice.
That's it.
Mirror finish.
Nice. I am ready to see what we all can do. I wonder what spells and other little tricks everybody else has.
Yeah.
So
You'll be surprised what my barbarian does.
Excellent.
Big peace and tranquility. Good night, guys.
All right,
I'll see
see
you
ya.
next time.